Hey guys, good evening, good afternoon, good day, whatever time you're tuning in. And thank you for joining us for Armchair Conversations. Hopefully, we'll have some fun with this one, but I'm going to ask you a couple questions. The first question is, what do you think about the most? It's kind of an important one. What do you think about the most? Just kind of get a feel. Okay. The next one I'm going to ask you is a little more directed. What do you think about yourself the most? When you think about yourself, what do you think about the most? Do you think about something that's wrong with you, or what you don't have, or what you want to have, or what you feel like is um, just outside of your grasp? Or do you think about the things that you're becoming? Do you think about the things that you are? You think about the good things about yourself? These are uh, these are kind of important and cool. And like I said, I'm gonna play with the topic and subject like I always do. Play with stuff. Because if you can tell me what you think about most, I can probably give you a pretty good idea of what you are, and what you will have, and what you won't have. Um, and that goes for myself as well. So let's play with the idea. Okay, what you think about you uh, determines a lot of the things that you get, and what you become, and what you have, and what you don't have. What you think about others colors your actions toward them, colors some of the things that happen in your immediate circle that maybe don't necessarily have only to do with you, but even how you view the world, how you interact with people. And it colors everything you do. And I think it's the basic premise because, as you think, so shall you be. They said in the Bible, people have written it in books. It is a premise for one of the many laws of the universe, the law of attraction, and the law of polarity. It has a couple of mixtures in with several of the laws. Um, but let's talk about thinking. What you think is really critical because what you think expands into action. It also influences your subconscious mind, and which is one of the things that helps you to take actions that you don't necessarily even know about on a conscious level that arrive at the goals of what you think. So what you think and believe you can have, what can be, is absolutely going to color what you get and what you do. So let's play with that a moment. So if all you ever do when you think about yourself is think about what's missing, what's wrong, what you don't have, what you can't be, what you haven't been, what you're not, um, you're going to not only feel bad, I mean, that's the first thing, you're going to feel bad about yourself, and feel bad about life maybe, but also you're going to subconsciously take actions that help you to get right back to what it is that you believe. Um, and when you focus on certain things in your belief, they expand too. On top of the fact that you subconsciously bring yourself back to what you think about yourself, what you believe about yourself. And so that's a place that you have to attack that's really, really critical and not necessarily easy to do, but we'll play a little bit with that while we're talking. Um, but if you think that you don't do certain things right, and even on top of it, then you tend to have self-dialogue and negative self-talk that's out, like I'm speaking now, you know, when you say things to yourself like, you know, I could never do that, or I'm not smart enough to do that, or I'm always this or that, I'm always late, I'm always wrong, I'm always mad, I'm always unhappy, and then wonder why it keeps showing up, you know, maybe this would be a good talk for you to listen to and something for you to think about today, because what you say, your subconscious doesn't differentiate between whether it's good for you or bad for you. It just does what you say. And so if that's all you say to yourself all the time, then your subconscious will cause you to do things that make that thing come to fruition or come to reality. the self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. I mean, it's just like if you always say that you can't do something, then you shouldn't be surprised that when you go to try to do it, you make a mistake, you sabotage yourself, or you simply are incapable because you said it to yourself. You know, if you say to yourself, I drive myself crazy, or I'm always mad, or I just can't be happy, or I don't know what I want 16 times a day, then why in the hell would you be surprised when that's what shows up? Because again, your subconscious doesn't care. If you tell it it's stupid, it's going to do things to make you appear to be so. Because your brain doesn't want to turn you into a liar because it's that self-serving. It's the last thing it wants is to be incorrect or be false. So it's going to do everything it can to put you right where you said you are. So if you say you're dumb or you're stupid or you're emotionally unavailable, or if you say that you can't do certain things, then your brain will turn on the mechanisms that cause you to subconsciously act out those things to make them work. Here's a good one, and this one's something to play with. How many of us, when we're on our way to work, will get anxious because we're looking like we're not going to make it on time, or we say to ourselves 15, 20 times, I don't want to be late? Okay. If the subconscious doesn't differentiate between what you say and you say, I don't want to be late, what does it hear? What is the subject of that sentence? Late. And then you wonder why it keeps showing up again and again and again. Or when you're running late, you make the wrong turn, or you get behind the wrong car, or you're in the wrong lane, or you don't take the yellow that you needed to take, or or you absolutely don't wake up on time. Let's take it all the way back to the very beginning. Say you don't want to be late, and it's all you worry about all the time, and then you wonder why you wake up late every day, and have to rush out of here to work. And then, of course, then on top of it, take the wrong turn, get on the wrong off the wrong exit, stay in the wrong lane, get in the wrong light, get stuck in traffic. Um, when necessarily you didn't have to if you'd have left a few minutes earlier. Barrel down the road and almost cause an accident for somebody else like myself. Okay, because your subconscious is trying to fulfill what you prophesied into its life by what you spoke and thought. Um, it's just so important. And again, it's just one, you know, example. But the truth is, the things that you think, you absolutely do to yourself and make yourself have. Um, but the good news is, by the same token, if you think good things about yourself and you think positive things about yourself, you can turn some of those things around. Um, but like I say, it does take a little bit more of a more professional approach, possibly, to dig into the subconscious to figure out some of the things that you believe about yourself. Um, and it definitely takes somebody who is very good and well versed in listening for the negative chatter to help you differentiate between the negative self-talk that causes you to become the things that you fear, or that you don't really wish you were, but you think you are because maybe you think you're not valuable enough, or you're not important enough, or you're not worthy or deserving of receiving good things. So, homework, let's play with it. Let's talk about the language part. Okay. Um, every now and then, because again, I'm not a big overhaul your life in 12 weeks person, but every now and then when you catch yourself saying something about yourself that's not complimentary, like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know if I can learn that stuff. How about you say, I'm willing to learn? Or when you say, oh, I drive myself crazy. Instead of saying that, say, you know, I know somehow I'm going to figure this out. Or, you say, man, I hate it when I do that. How about you say, I'm willing to love myself even though I made a mistake right now? Or, I'm stupid. Replace it with, I'm still learning, or I want to learn. You know, Find ways to say something better about yourself than you have said, because again, we all do the negative self-talk thing in areas of our life, and most people accept it and feel more at home with us because we don't say positive things about ourselves, because we don't let our self-esteem show and our light shine. But that's their problem, because I'm asking you to do some homework here. So every time you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself, find a way to frame it around, to think differently about it. And take a couple of minutes each day to see yourself as a better person than you are right now. Having the qualities that you possess, that you wish to possess. Having things work out for you well when they don't normally, because it's what you've said to yourself for umpteen years. Um, Thinking that life is going to be okay and that people love you and care about you. Um, just a couple of minutes a day, or catching yourself every now and then saying those things and saying something else that's positive to yourself, will take you so far. A lot of times I think people don't believe how far it can take you because they give up after a couple of tries. They'll catch themselves saying something, they'll say, no, that's not the way I should talk to myself. I'll say this. They do it a couple of times. The sky doesn't fall in a golden shower of blessing, and they quit. Don't quit. Okay, it takes time for this stuff to happen. It takes time for it to come to fruition, but don't quit. Definitely hang in there and keep doing it, because over time, longevity has effect. Over time, you'll start to see things change for you. When you stop thinking that you're always late and you think, I want to be on time, okay, or I'd like to be on time today, it would be really good if I was on time, I like to be on time, you'd be surprised what will happen over the course of the weeks and months when you practice this. Is eventually you'll find you start waking up on time, you start being on time, or take it back even further, you start going to bed in time to wake up on time. You don't stay up half the night and then wonder why you don't wake up, because your subconscious will not be blocking you by causing you to be willing to do things that are going to sabotage your tomorrow. So again, I encourage you to think in the vein of, what did I say to myself today that wasn't good? What did I say to myself today or about other people today that wasn't positive, that was not the best that I could offer in the situation at the time? Okay. And practice, 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 practice. Say good things to yourself. And I know it's going to sound hokey as hell at first, guys, and I know it just doesn't even just feel right to even hear somebody saying it, but I'm telling you, I'm a living witness. It has changed my life dramatically, and I am just now learning to really do them as what they call affirmations. Okay, this was something that I started to practice with and play with on my own life way back as a youngster in my teenage years, because I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I mean? You get sick and tired of always being unhappy, always being angry, always being frustrated, always waiting for the other shoe to drop, always waiting for something bad to happen, always thinking that you're never going to have anything good coming to you. What a boring freaking life. And disgusting, if you think that you're gonna have nothing but angst and anguish and unhappiness. The whole life is a bitch and then you die, or life is a bitch and then you meet one, marry one, then you die. Bullshit, guys. You can be anything you want to be. You just got to tell yourself differently, and you got to practice it enough to where it sticks. Because if you think about it, the negative stuff that you practiced up until now sticks. Okay, that's why you say this shit to yourself. Okay, because you've practiced it and practiced it and practiced it and practiced it, so it becomes automatic, and it becomes self-perpetuating and reaffirming to the negative. Well, you can do the same thing on a positive, but you have to do the same. You have to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice till it becomes a habit, and then it reaffirms itself, and then it builds on itself. And then your subconscious becomes your ally in this, because it will help you to do the things that make those commands true. Okay? So again, take a couple of minutes every day. And as a matter of fact, another part of that homework is, get a mirror or go stand in front of one. It doesn't have to be a full-length mirror. It can just be your face or whatever, but stand in front of one. And I want you to look yourself in the eye and tell yourself something good about you. Once a day. I'm not going to ask for a miracle. Once a day. Okay? Just once a day, look in a camera. If you have to take a selfie, video, or whatever, you don't have a mirror, or look in a mirror, or look in some shiny glass on the side of the building, okay, and tell yourself something good about yourself to your face. Look yourself in the eye and tell yourself something good about yourself and smile at yourself. You might be amazed at what that'll do. And I challenge you to do it for 30 days, okay? What you're going to find is if it starts to work for you, you'll probably do it more than once a day. But I challenge you to do it just once a day for 30 days. Look yourself in the face, look yourself in the eye, tell yourself something good about you, and smile. Whatever it is, you might be amazed at what's going to change. Because even if your circumstances don't change, how you adapt to them will change, and how you feel about things will change. Wayne Dyer is another one that I like a great deal, and he always says when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now, I don't know if he got it from somebody else, because we all borrow things from people, but when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so I challenge you to give this a shot, to look at yourself every day and say something positive, and then smile at yourself. You might be amazed at how you feel even after a week if you do it consistently. But again, it's just like learning to talk negatively. You have to do it consistently, and it has to be small things hammered out over time, and then they steamroll and reaffirm and self-perpetuate, because then you change the way you look at things. Anyway, so the takeaway homework is once a day, every day, find a mirror, look yourself in the eye, tell yourself something good about yourself, and smile. Okay, I look forward to hearing, for those of you that listen to this end of the talk to get your homework, I'm looking forward to hearing the differences that it makes over time, and again, the challenges for 30 days. Okay, if after 30 days it doesn't work, hey, you know what? Keep trying. You might be surprised. It's not a cut and dry thing that everybody that does this for 30 days is going to get results, but it starts to shift the thinking in your brain that allows you to be negative about you. It shifts it away and allows you to be more positive about you. And as you become more positive, it opens up other things. It opens up the opportunities for prosperity and well-being and health and abundance and joy and happiness. And then those things, of course, you can add in that it may prompt you to go places you wouldn't have gone before and find joy in that. It may prompt you to meet people you never met or never would have met before in your old state, and changed your life that way. And so again, we'll talk about this later on in more angles. I won't say details, just angles, different modes of thinking about this, because I'm not really done with this your thoughts control your future thing. But this is a taste and a touch, and so I ask you to live with passion and take this challenge, and feed me some comments about what's going on with you and how it feels. And like I say, it sometimes takes a while, so be willing to stick with it even longer than 30 days. But I would be pretty sure, I wouldn't bet my life on it, but I'd be pretty sure that even there are going to be some people out there that try this and will receive results within 30 days, which I hope prompts you to teach other people to do it and to continue to do it in your own lives. Anyway, guys, so I'm trying not to talk too much. I'm out of here, but thanks for sharing my armchair, and have a blessed evening.